Tatiana, thank you. Please come.
I'm very happy to can join this meeting,
Thank
Muji
you.
Baba. Thank you so much for being here and
Thank you.
I hear everything you say and I can follow. And I practice a lot of things since 10 years, I guess. But I'm getting so distracted by my fears and worries over the day that I nearly can work for hours sometimes.
Yes.
So I try to intellectual explain it, but can you recommend maybe rituals or tools that I can use not to get distracted the whole day,
Yes.
to come back to what I really want to be and to come back to my values and to come back to how I really want to act.
Yes.
Instead of worrying, having fear and panic.
Let's try a simple one. Let's try a simple one. I'll talk to you a little bit about the other thing after. Or let's just try a simple one. Just imagine right now that there was only you. There's nobody else, nothing else. Just do it now with me. There was only you. There's only yourself. There's really no world apart from your thoughts about how. There's no world or people and expectations. Just allow you that space. Create that space. There is only yourself. So the attention has nothing to go out to bring something from outside. So the attention itself is also here. Just look at that. Just look at that now with me. That there's only yourself. There's no shopping. There's no work. There's no other to engage with. Just only you right now. Just for a few seconds. Take a look with me. Where is your attention? Do it. Do it now. Where is your attention? Just do it. Don't go off in any story at all. Only about being. You don't try to be or to become anything at all. Just suppose there's only yourself. There's only yourself. No story. No appointments. What is here? What really is here? It's the most simple exercise because you ask for that for a moment. No, you ask, like it's so easy that my mind comes up with all these things, all these things. But right now, whatever is coming up with is completely unreal. It's none of your business right now. There's just yourself, just a self. Not a historical self. Not a history of yourself. Just look at what's here. Don't create, just look and experience what is here. You see? You don't have to say it in words, but just look for yourself and feel. Is there anything jumping about? So I'm not asking you to make any story or to project a future. Just pay attention. Only pay attention. And that is one of the quickest way to bring your attention to yourself. But no story, no projections about, okay, what I'm going to do after. Just to rest in just the silence of being. That's all. And, as often as you can do that, to sit for 2 or 3 minutes to do this. You do that. I give you another simple exercise. You want a practical exercise as well too? Just do some simple breathing. We're going to show you something very simple also. And you can do it. All of you can do it if you want in wherever you are. You simply start by this exercise only for like 2 or 3 minutes you can do. If you're experiencing a mind attack or just like fears or whatever, just take this moment and do this. Just breathe out. Let's do it together. Breathe out slowly, not fast, not a gush, just like you're breathing through your teeth. Breathe out. Everything until you come to a natural stop. Okay? Then when you reach a natural stop, push 3 more times to bring out even 3 more breaths out. Okay? So you get everything out. Stop for 5 seconds in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then start to let the air flow back inside. Nice and easy, not be in a hurry. So just slowly let the air come in until you're full naturally. When you're full naturally, top it up with 3 more breaths. You didn't know you had the space, huh? But you do, you know. And then just stop again for 5 seconds, or if you want 3 seconds, 5 seconds is good. And then slowly release again. Slowly. Stop, natural stop. Then squeeze another 3 out. Squeeze. You may have to pull your body. And this. Hold for a few seconds. Then open up. Let the air fill in again, flow in by itself until you feel full. Then take 3 again. You may find your eyebrows going up. Stop. Count a few seconds. Do this for 3 minutes and see what happens. It brings you back into your natural state of being. Especially that I have shared with you that be okay. It's okay to be empty. Rarely throughout the waking state do we allow space to simply be empty. Meaning you're not the thing, you're not an object, you're not a solver of things. Just be empty. And be conscious of emptiness. Even for 5 minutes you do. It will give you back hours of tranquility, and you'll find that you can function through what you have to do with much more focus and more relaxed, more able to understand, empathize, to be compassionate in your way. A simple thing. So this is another simple exercise. I'm going to give you another one. This natural sense of being that I spoke about. Just a sense. When you say I, when the word I come, know that this I is not a person originally. It is just the sense of being. I. Or I am. The sense I am. It is not personal. It is just I, consciousness, am, exist. That's just this. Just be aware of this sense of just being, the sense I am. And don't allow it to connect up with any other intention or concepts. Just like that. Just be self-aware. You don't have to hold your breath or anything like that. But if you can sit quietly for 5 minutes, just look. It will be so beautiful. Get used to also the state of simply being empty. It's very healthy. Okay? And your work will not lose its value Things that you have to do. You're not going to become lazy, because I'm going to tell you this because your mind might tell you, you're becoming lazy, you're not productive, you're not going to get anywhere like this. The usual nonsense that sometimes comes up inside. But simply being quiet and empty and being conscious of it at the same time. Self-aware. It's another term I can use. Be self-aware. Nothing more. No construction. Not after this I want to go and do this. Just really be present and empty. Then after 5 minutes, and go about your business. Make it a part of your day. Simple things. Gradually, as you feel a deepening emerging inside, you may feel you want to be more present with that. And we have many videos you can watch if you want to. But what I've shared with you today is enough. You can just follow this and be present. Be very watchful. Being watchful, but in a neutral way, meaning you can look but don't log in so quickly in the time that you're looking. Just be very present. And so you can begin to experience the natural vastness of being that is present here, in which even your very person is appearing inside it, the sense of person. This is quintessentially important, because what happens is that you become aware of some distance between your natural state and the sense of your personal identity. Something rarely recognized in the human kingdom, but you begin to recognize that, okay? And I put this one to you. So I've given few little tips we'll exercise. I have one letter. I don't know if I responded enough, Tajana. Yes.
Yes, and I do it as often as I can. Every time I have this distraction, I practice it. I have to take the time, right?
Just take a little time. It's a little. Why I say a little? Because if I say do it for 15 minutes, half an hour, people have half an hour and so on, and it becomes a kind of a burden. But if you sit for 5 minutes, just to sit and say, this 5 minutes belong just to myself, and to sit with that and empty your mind of all the intentions and stuff just for a moment. And these simple breathing exercises can help you, or to just be aware of the sense of self, but not as a historical self, not in a personal way. When I say live as though you alone exist, I can also say sometimes to some people, say live as though you don't exist. Sometimes that also, some people love it. So, you see? But whichever way, it's just to bypass this locked-in stage of personhood, which has a tendency of worrying a lot and projecting a lot and so many things to do. I even sometimes got so much into this thing of things that need to be done. And one of my close friends, he said, long after we are dead, there will still remain things to be done. Don't get so busy. I gotta do. No, but more the quality of your present state as presence. When I use the word presence, do you have a sense of what I'm saying without having to define it too much? Yes. The intuitive, untaught way of knowing yourself. Without, it's not a resume or something like that. Just this. It may seem oversimplistic or even naive to some people, but it's so powerful. And the minute you are in the taste of it, you know the value of it. Even if the mind comes and is kind of scratching away, it's okay. You can cope with that. All of you, have gone through enough to show that you are capable of going through these things. But I would only say a caution that beware of egoic identity. It is at the root of all troubles in the world. The sense of a personal self is the first and strongest attachment and the cause of much trouble. And the great news I can share is that you are infinitely more than this. And in discovering this, you know, you don't have to go and kill ego, but at least you're aware of that. You know, you're aware of this. And somehow it arrests its negative odor. Something, it gradually thins away in its influence, in its psychological influence, emotional influence, as you are more grounded in your natural state. Simple thing.